we are now ready to draw a sample from our patient's line. I've grabbed a few supplies to get us started. I have an access needle with a syringe attached. Both the square access needles and the circular access needles that we have will fit in this draw port here. And then I've grabbed a alcohol pad so that I can clean off my draw port. All right, so this is attached to my patient. We'll say this is my baby's art line over here. If I have a peripheral line, I'm gonna pull back until I get dark red blood just past the Vamp syringe, so right about here. If I have a UAC or I'm pulling from a central line, I'm going to draw back until I have blood up here, which is halfway up your 6-inch extender tubing to your draw syringe. One thing you want to be very careful of, be very mindful as you're pulling back the blood, because we don't want to pull back blood up here into our actual draw syringe. If that happens, we would need to change out the syringe because the blood poses an infection risk if it sits in there. Okay, all right, let's get going. So I'm going to go ahead and pull back my sample. So I'm going to turn my stopcock here off towards my transducer. And then I would just go ahead and start pulling back blood. I am not doing anything with the Vamp syringe here. This is not part of our blood draw process. It is just a feature of the current product. So we're just keeping it on there, keeping it closed. So I'm pulling back, okay? And we'll say that I now have dark red blood past my Vamp. This is a peripheral line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this little two-way stopcock here off so that I am just pulling blood from my patient. Then I can go ahead and get ready to draw my sample. Okay, we're letting it dry for the appropriate amount of time. Put on my syringe, pull back my sample. Okay, and now I need to flush the blood back to my baby. So I'm just going to repeat those steps, but in the opposite order. So we are going to open up our two-way stopcock here, okay? I'm going to push the blood back to my patient, boop, 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 and then I'm going to turn off my stopcock to my draw syringe. So now our art line fluid is infusing, we should be transducing, and all of the blood has been returned to our baby.